Hey guys, welcome back to Python tutorial for beginners, and today we are going to learn about data types in Python. So first of all, we would know that what are data types. So data types basically specify what types of data you can use in Python. Okay. So there are many types of data types and we are going to learn about them today. Like there are three basic data types. First is numeric, second is string, and third is boolean. Okay. So now we will learn about all these three data types one by one, and we will start with the first one, which is numeric data type. Okay. So now, as you know, numeric type is about numbers. That means right now we will discuss that what types of numbers we can use in Python. So there are basically int, that is integer numbers, second is float, that is floating point numbers, and third is complex numbers that you can use in Python. So now we will have a look at examples to know how they can be used. Let us say x equals any number, say it 5, and print x. Similarly, say y equals some negative number. Okay, as you know, integers can be both positive as well as negative. So minus 10 is also an integer. Similarly, z equals say some long integer. Okay, like long number. So this can be easily stored, a long number can be easily stored as well in Python, and these 3, 5, minus 10 and the last one is 1 are integers. Now suppose how do you know they are integers? So just use type function, say type and write inside bracket x. Okay, so this type function returns the data type. So as you can see, the output is class int. That means x is an integer, that means it is holding an integer number. Same for y and same for z. Okay, so this is how integers are used. Say it x equals 12, y equals 23, and now we'll print x plus y, then it's 35. Okay, so these kind of operations are also possible with integers. So this was how you can use integer numbers. Now we will move to another one, which is floating point numbers. Okay, that means float data type. So say x equals 12.56, and let's check type of x. So you can see it returned class float. Okay, so its data type is float. Same for in floating point numbers, you can also take positive as well as negative numbers. Okay, same for type y. And one more thing about floating point numbers. Okay, suppose you take some number, say x equals a integer 12. Okay, and y equals some floating point number, say 12.5. So when you will add both these number, then it will return a floating point value. Okay, like 24.5. So now next one is complex numbers. As you know, complex numbers contains two parts. First is real, other is imaginary. So here 3 is my real and 4j is imaginary. So now in my print x, so just print x, and yes, you can see 3 plus 4j. This is the format how Python prints a complex number. Similarly, say y equals minus 5 plus 56g. Okay, and then print x plus y. So what will happen, it will first of all add real parts, and then it will add imaginary parts. Then so the output is minus 2 plus 60j. So if you're gonna check the type of x, then it will be complex. Same if you check type of y, that it will also be complex. Okay, so guys, this was the so guys, moving toward our second data type, which is string. So let me tell you what are strings. So string is basically a word or a group of words. Okay, so this is what a string is. Suppose your name, it is also a string. Okay, and some lines like I'm saying this is a book, so it is also a string in Python. So now we're gonna check this out with an example. Say Python. Okay, and one more thing, a string must be quoted either within single quote or double quote. So if I write Python now within single quote, then you can see output is same for both. Okay, so green ones are my inputs and blue ones are my outputs. Similarly, I have written this is a string, so you can see this is a group of words and this is also a string. Okay, so you will recognize a string that it is always printed within single quote. Say I am writing x equals im and y equals Neelam, and suppose now I want to put im Neelam together. So first of all I will print x, then plus, then I will print a string, a space with the help of a string, and then I will print the value of y. So it is gonna print im, then the space in form of a string, and then Neelam. Okay, so this is called string concatenation. Similarly, suppose I want to write house you. Okay, so one more thing about strings, that if a string is begin with double quote, then it must be end with double quote. Okay, otherwise it will generate error. Okay, suppose if I start it with a single quote, and then when I am again giving a single quote for writing house, then you can see it is terminating the string at that point, and rest of the words are black. So this line will also generate an error. So these are the things that you have to be conscious about whenever you want to use strings like this. Okay, so better use double quote like house you or first house you. Okay, say one more thing, if you write anything, even if a single character either within a single quote or double quote, like any number or any symbol, then it will also be a string, just you can see, of x and y. Okay, similarly if you put any special character within single or double quote, then it will also be a string. Okay, so next category in the data type is Boolean data type. So let me tell you what is a Boolean data type. So guys, Boolean data type is a type that contains two values, that is one is true and another is false. Okay, so this is what Boolean data type is. So now we will have a look at the example of Boolean data type, and as you can see, I have specified about Boolean data type that it has two values. First is true and other is false. So guys, what actually happens in Boolean data type, that a condition is checked. Okay, and whenever any condition is checked in Python, then it depends upon whether that condition is true or false. So if the condition checked is true, then it returns true, okay, as specified, and if the condition is false, then it returns false. Okay, so this is the work of Boolean data type. Okay, that it returns either true or false. Say x equals 25 and say res equals, say x is 25, where is my operator that checks whether something is equal to something or not. And when I print res, then what will happen? First of all, this line x is 25 is a condition. Okay, it will check whether x is 25 or not. So in place of x 25, its value will come. So 25 is 25 or not. So you know 25 is 25, that means the condition is true, so it will return true, and as you can see, true will be assigned to res. So when I print res, we will get the output as true. Okay, so let's run this program and look at the output to understand it better. Yes, you can see the output is true. Okay, so this is how Boolean data type works. So one more example, suppose I change the value 25 with 26, then what will happen when this condition is checked? So x, the value of x is 25, so 25 is 26. So you know this is false because 25 is not 26. So now false will be returned to res, and when we print res, we will get false as output. So this is the concept of data types in Python. See you in the next video.